What's going on, everybody? B-Sky here with
G.O.D.
And on today's show, we're going over the waiver wire. Week 5, it's almost over. We got a Tuesday night matchup. Bills in Tennessee. We'll have to wait and see for that. And then we just had a Monday night matchup. The Saints, man, I don't know. They got it done, but it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
And Dak Prescott, huge injury, devastating injury. But, well, hopefully we got some quarterbacks that you can, hopefully help your roster out with because you got a big hole to fill.
Yeah, for real.
That's for sure. So, keep it locked and loaded right here at the first 4 downs.
Yeah, you know what it is. Drop the logo.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. B. Scott and G.O.D. here, and we're going over the waiver wire. We just saw Monday night matchup. Saints, Chargers. Justin Herbert looks good.
Yeah, it's a crazy game, man. It was a pretty tight one. But you know what? Justin Herbert showing a little moxie. Showing his first round value, man. I think he's going to be a star in this league. You look at what he did, on five catches, he hit Mike Williams for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. They also got Hunter Henry in the end zone. So, you know what I mean? It was a real tough one. But, I mean, they was playing in New Orleans, at New Orleans. Eventually, you know Drew Brees is going to kill it. You know what I'm saying? The OG, Emmanuel Sanders had 12 catches for 122 yards. They found a way to win. That's what good teams do. And, but, hey, the future very bright for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Chargers. The Chargers, they're just that team that knows how to lose football games.
Yeah, but, hey, that defense played pretty good, though.
Not bad.
They threw a lot of good sets at them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bagley, the Badger, they call him. I don't know.
Hey, they would have won that game if he would have hit just the PAT.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Absolutely. So that was the Monday night game, essentially. But before we get into the waiver wire, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share it, thumb, all the good stuff. Comment, let us know what we can do to be better for you,
of course.
Obviously. So we'll jump into the waivers.
Yeah.
And this is before the Tennessee-Buffalo game. So, obviously keep your eye out for that game.
Yeah, I'm hoping on that game big time. You know what I'm saying?
Tuesday night.
I'm down 18 points against you in this game. You know what I'm saying? I got A.J. Brown with nobody on Buffalo's defense.
Yeah. And nobody on Tennessee for pass catchers. So
yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully he just gets, 35 points.
Yeah. Or if he gets 17, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, we'll get to the waiver wire.
Yeah.
First off, I'm going to start with the quarterbacks. Ryan Fitzpatrick. The man is balling out. Plain and simple. 350 yards, 3 touchdowns against San Francisco 49ers defense. Albeit banged up. Whooped him. Came in there and whooped him. And he's had multiple touchdowns in 3 games this season. He's been good. He's only owned 21% of leagues. I don't understand why he's not rostered more.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you know what? He's a beast. He's basically a professor, but not like actually a professor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Harvard or whatever. But you know what? He's always this good for a certain amount of games. You might as well get it off the grill while it's hot because eventually it's going to fall down. We might see 2 at some point in the season, but right now he's definitely one of the guys I'm definitely picking up, especially given we've seen Dak Prescott go down if you have him in your leagues. You know what I mean? Crazy injury. Luckily, it's not career ending, so you know what I'm saying. That's a plus for him. But yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick all the way. They dogging it.
Yeah, of course. And then there's a couple quarterbacks that I still. Garner Minshew, 51% owned. He should be owned in every league.
The mustache, huh?
The mustache should be absolutely owned. He's had multiple touchdowns in every game except the game against Miami. Playing in negative game script, the Jacksonville defense is terrible. So Minshew's definitely a guy that I would be rostering anywhere I could.
Yeah.
Period. So
you'll see a lot of negative game script.
Yeah, and I want to bring up Andy Dalton. Obviously, Dak Prescott go down with the injury. Is Andy Dalton the truth? Is he going to be Dak Prescott? No. By no means is he not. Obviously, you would think they're going to lean on the run a little more. Some of the pass catchers, who knows what's going to happen there. But Dalton is still a viable option in an offense that's playing with a bad defense. Going to be in negative game script. He's going to have to be throwing the ball. He came into that game 111 yards. You know what I mean? And got the win.
My only concern with that is, he got the win against the New York Giants. And they lost another offensive lineman in this game. You know what I'm saying? I think they're down 4 offensive linemen now. It's going to be a struggle, you know what I mean? So what we're going to see is probably Andy Dalton. Or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if this is going to be the Red Rocket. I think it's just going to be Andy Dalton, what we're accustomed to seeing. And I honestly think one of those receivers over there in Dallas is going to completely die as far as fantasy value. So, I mean, it's a hard pickup. But, I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying? He's a starter right now with a lot of elite weapons, to be honest with you.
Of course. So that's the quarterbacks. that I want to talk about for sure. There's a couple other ones. Like I said, Herbert's available.
Yeah.
Some other guys
if you get your hands on Wentz or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Wentz is gonna pick it up, I think, down the stretch either way. But we'll move to the wide receivers. Chase Claypool. He's got to be at the top at the moment. There's other receivers that I think
had
have,
a big day. Very
of course,
big day.
but 4 total touchdowns. Plain and simple. 110 receiving yards. Right? Yeah, 110 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. Deontay Johnson just can't seem to stay on the field.
Yeah.
So that tells me that, and Chase Claypool, he seems pretty dynamic. Yeah. Roethlisberger's always warranted a dynamic receiver. Look at Martavis Bryant.
That's exactly what he is. And you know what? The game went exactly the way we said it. You know what I'm saying? Juju would be the number 2. Deontay Johnson, you know what I'm saying, will be kind of the number 1. And Darius Slay would probably be on him and take him out of the game. Well, Pittsburgh found a way to win that game. They hit him all day long on long strides. And, you know, that's what he is. He's a Martavis Bryant type of player. And, you know, but can it sustain all season?
Probably not.
You know what I'm saying? We'll
not
see.
Weekly viable options, but you know what?
You playing that big on a big stage like that, you know what I'm saying? You have to be on.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, of course the trust is a problem, but I'm picking him up.
Yeah, for real.
Plain and simple. So, we'll move to a guy in the same game on the Philadelphia Eagles side. Travis Fulgham?
Yeah, Fulgham.
Fulgham? That's how you say it? 3% owned.
Yeah.
Back-to-back games with a touchdown.
He had that great catch against San Francisco a week ago.
Yeah, exactly. 50-yard touchdown. So I was like, wow.
Might be somebody.
Turned around, 13 targets in this game. Didn't throw it to any other receiver but, 5-6 times was the next closest guy.
Yeah.
So obviously there's some sort of little rapport there that he's got with him in the short term. You know that Alshon Jeffries is going to be back soon. You know, Deshaun Jackson was close to playing in this game as it was. Zach Ertz, I mean, he's MIA altogether.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. So this is a guy that I'd be picking up. They do play the Baltimore Ravens next week. Very tough matchup,
yeah,
but
you
Giants,
still stash that guy.
Yeah, Giants, Dallas Cowboys 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
So a big receiver that I'm looking to pick up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they've been struggling to find a pass catcher anyway. You know what I'm saying, the last couple of weeks, like Greg Ward kind of was there or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Fulgham back-to-back, I mean, against 2 pretty good teams.
Yeah.
I mean, very dominant defenses. I don't know what the hell, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know what I mean? I like him a lot. 14 targets is ridiculous for Carson Wentz to throw at somebody. So he obviously trusts him. Go get him in your lineups, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe not next week, but this top waiver, he should be the guy.
Yeah,
you know
of course. Guy I'm going to bring up next, Mike Williams, played tonight. Played great. We mentioned in the recap, but we liked Mike Williams last year. The problem was Phillip Rivers. He just couldn't get him the ball. That was my biggest issue. I like Mike Williams as a wide receiver, especially deep downfield. You could tell Phillip Rivers cannot get the ball downfield no more.
Yeah.
And that showed in the touchdowns last year.
And it's showing this year.
Exactly.
Dead on.
So we know Mike Williams can honestly warrant 10 touchdowns in a season.
Yeah.
You know, he's got that big playability. You saw that catch where he went above Lattimore. Huge catch.
And you just think about the prospect he was coming out of college. He was most compared to Des Bryant. And, you know, tonight he really did show that kind of productivity. So, I mean, if Herbert could really hit him like that, given that Keenan Allen did fall and he was throwing to Keenan Allen a lot, you know what I'm saying? He fell down with an injury in this game.
Yeah.
Who knows how serious that is? But at the end of the game, the last play of the game, Mike Williams was favoring that leg a bit. I don't know if that was because he didn't quite get that first down or not. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. But I'll definitely go pick up Mike Williams if you can get your hands on him.
Yeah, of course. He's owned in 40% of leagues. And he is on bye next week, but still his strength schedule for the rest of the season. Very easy. And just Herbert. He's pushing the ball downfield, period.
Yeah.
They got the running back situation with Eckler. You don't know if and when he's coming back. So, they're gonna be looking to throw the ball downfield, plain and simple. So, you got any other wide receivers you want to talk about?
You know what? Laviska Shenault.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Chark just went down again with another injury.
Yeah.
Minshew, like you said, if he's got to be picked up on the waiver, you should be picking up Shenault too. Last 2 games, he has 12 catches, 165 yards on 14 targets. That's a lot of production. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if Chark is down for some reason, go get Shenault. You know what I mean? You never know what the wide receiver position is going to be in Jacksonville. Even seasons prior, but this kid, the way he plays is ridiculous. He's a playmaker. He is definitely on his way to stardom. You thinking about Garner Minshew, the more he trusts him more, you know what I mean? There's the targets to be had there, and that's the guy. He's making plays right now.
Yeah, of course. So, you want to move to the running backs?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, okay. There's not very many running backs.
I mean, wide receivers. Henry Ruggs, he came back 4.2 speed with that long touchdown against the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? I think there's going to be an uptick in production there. Derek Carr looked to be throwing down the field in this one. You know what I'm saying? So that's another guy. If I want to go real fast, Tim Patrick too. He's still available in 20% of leagues.
Coming off the bye?
Yeah, coming off the bye. You know what I'm saying? He should be fresh. A lot of people are looking at Jerry Jeudy, but you did remember that Cortland Sutton then goes down. So Tim Patrick could fit that number one receiver bill for whoever's throwing the ball there. You know what I'm saying? He can probably fill the Cortland Sutton position. He's a big guy. He can make plays.
Drew Lock should be back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Beast. Yeah, we already went over Williams. Yeah.
Okay, so running backs. Obviously, Alexander Mattison, he's really the only running back that I feel like you could talk about. But it's kind of a group of running backs. Alexander Mattison on the 40% of leagues.
Yeah.
Last week, Dalvin Cook got hurt in the third quarter. You saw it pulled up with a groin injury. Tried to come back for one play. Sat out. They do have a bye after next week. So that tells me if Dalvin Cook is limited at all, they probably should just sit him out. I mean, he's such a vital part of their offense.
I would say Mattison probably will get the start.
Yeah, of course. So Mattison had over 100 yards rushing on limited touches as it was.
Base.
And he fills the spot. You know what I mean? We talked about him last year. I did especially, but
yeah, that's your guy.
Of course. So 40% owned. Definitely be picking him up, but this goes to show. It's time. Obviously, you're trimming your team. You got some guys that had the early buys with all the COVID stuff going on. So if you got some extra roster spots, there's a lot of running backs you should be picking up.
Yeah.
You should be stashing guys.
Yeah,
so Madison's fitting in there.
Yeah, my guy. Okay, so given this Dak Prescott situation, you know Andy Dalton. He's always had a running back, and he's also had Gio Bernard. I think that you should probably go pick up Tony Pollard now while you have a chance, especially if you own Ezekiel Elliott. I think they're going to rely heavily on Ezekiel Elliott now. You know what I'm saying? Just losing a guy like Dak, his mobility out of the pocket, you know what I mean? When you got an elite running back like Ezekiel Elliott, he's going to get a lot of touches.
Yep.
Now, if he missed games or anything for some reason, you know what I'm saying? You want to be frontlining owning Tony Pollard. And Tony Pollard probably will have a lot of production, period. He's a good pass catcher out of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that last year. So, I mean, yeah, I like my chances on stashing Tony Pollard season long.
Yeah, of course. And just a couple other guys. Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
Uptick 30% in Yahoo leagues last week. He's up to 70%.
He's probably
if he's
definitely
available,
the 1A running back
I'm telling
in
you,
Arizona.
If he's available, you might as well pick him up. And then Jamal Williams.
Yeah, of course.
Backup to Aaron Jones. You know what I mean? Last week you saw the amount of receptions. Now, yes, Devontae Adams should be back. They probably won't need to pass that much to the running back position, but you never know.
But still, even with 19 touchdowns last year, Williams was still owned in a lot of leagues. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just had him on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Period. So, and he was producing. So, and he looks great this year for some reason. So, I would definitely pick him up.
Yeah, of course. So that's the running back spiel this week. Pick up the backups.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing, Justin Jackson.
Be ahead of it.
Justin Jackson looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, he looked really explosive.
Yeah, but he was fresh. You got to realize he hasn't played all season. So, that on the same token, I'm not just dropping Josh Kelly, but obviously maybe drop your expectations a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move to the tight end position. We got a few tight ends. If no one picked up Tanya in your league because he was on bye, in my opinion, he should be picked up, period. That should be a guy automatic. But Jimmy Graham.
The Graham.
I'm telling you, on the 40% of leagues, 4 touchdowns on the season. Little touchdown dependent,
It's
but
so crazy about Jimmy Graham. Like, every fantasy league since he's been relevant, I've owned him, except for this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so he's had at least 5 targets in 4 or 5 games. With Nick Foles especially, it's a positive. It's a plus on that offense. Tight end, I'm definitely going to pick up. Tight end right now, I mean, who knows? It's a coin flip. Look at Higbee, how bad he's doing. Look at Hayden Hurst. You know, just these guys that we drafted in the middles that we thought, maybe they would do what they do, and they aren't.
There was a lot of high expectation for Hayden Hurst. I think, you know what? I think that's something within the system. I think they need to start running the ball a little bit more instead of going to these big wide receiver sets early on. And, you know, do the dink and dunk, and then you will have Julio Jones and Calvin really wide open with Hayden Hurst. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know what's going on. And that's what I mean. It costs the coach and the GM their job so far. So hopefully they change that with the quickness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stash some tight ends right now, I got a couple of guys where you think about Dallas Goedert. He's been on the IR. He should be trending back, especially given, you know, Fulgham. You know what I'm saying? This guy came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Who knows if Alshon Jeffrey even sees the field? We know D-Jax will be back, but they've been hurting for pass catching is what I'm trying to say. So Goddard will be back very soon here. So that's a guy that you should be probably stashing.
And Ertz has sucked.
Yeah. He's a final catch player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point in his career, Yeah, you wonder why they didn't pay him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So another guy, Mo Alley Cox, for the Indianapolis Colts, man. This guy right now, on his targets alone, is the highest graded tight end in the game right now. If they only just target him and give him more, you know what I'm saying, production, he would probably be a monster in that offense. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to wait on it, go get Mo Alley Cox. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to grab my wrench out of my tool bag and go to Trey Burton's house.
For
real. You know what I mean? Because it makes no sense why they keep throwing the ball to Trey Burton. He ain't doing nothing,
Trey
man.
Boo Boo.
I'm telling you.
You got that name for a reason. He sucks.
Exactly. So, one more tight end, Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
Had 10 targets last week, 5 targets the week before. The Browns' offense is rolling. It's trending up.
I think I called that game.
It is, absolutely. The uptick in targets, 55% owned. Maybe it was just a little bit of time to get Austin Hooper acclimated to the offense to fit into what they want to do.
And what I do like is, they 12 personnel, they can hide it a little bit more given that they got David Njoku back. So he should be open for a lot more targets as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, we got the Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Buffalo.
I'm banking eye on this game.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I got A.J. Brown back on my team. I drafted Michael Thomas and A.J. Brown. So you can just tell how excited I am to see A.J. Brown back on the field. And just,
for being 3-1, that's actually good if you drafted those guys. But anyway, hopefully that game has a lot of points scored, right?
Yeah.
Or none at all. I'm okay with that also. But anyway, for the first 4 downs, that was the waiver wire. So for B. Scott,
G.O.D.
we out.
Yeah.